want your rent paid, don't you, baby? You want your rent paid, you gonna get a little bit of this here on that in your life. Say you want that phone bill paid, and the boy want Jordans, he like Jordan. What you gonna have to do is play with old Otis a couple hours, baby. Go on, Otis. I don't do that brute or that Old Spice shit. Now, come on, Otis. Just give me that little money now.
For joining us on today's show. Today's guest, LaToya Robinson. She will share with us about balancing being a single mom and pursuing a career. I know lots of moms that are really trying to find the right combination to balance work and life. Let's hear how LaToya is balancing this equation of being a mother and pursuing a career and doing it with a smile. Hey, LaToya.
Hey, Brandon.
How are you doing?
Man, I'm tired. I told y'all I'm tired. Like, this is ridiculous. If I get any more rest, I swear I'm going to put Botox out of business. This is ridiculous. But other than that, I'm good. I'm not complaining because I have never had a vacation. I'm getting a paid vacation right now.
You're getting a paid vacation right now.
I'm tripping.
Okay, so you just keeping up on that much needed rest. Your soul need that rest.
Man, only if I had Kobe Bryant or somebody like that laying next to me, or something like that, that'll make this rest all that much better.
You are a fool when I say, being in the cabin fever, baby, it's always good to have somebody you want to be locked up with.
Baby, locked up. I'm locked up. He won't
let me out. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Toya, tell me a little bit background about yourself. Where you from? How many kids you have? What their ages are?
Okay, so I'm born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, ACLP.
Yeah, I graduated from Pebblebrook High School in 1997.
Okay.
I worked in the education system for 11 years for Atlanta Public School Systems. I branched out to do comedy starting in 2007. First I started out doing beauty pageants, and I won my first full-figure beauty pageant in 2004. And I went on to pageants after that, winning 3 more after that, consecutive back-to-back winning. And
congratulations.
Thank you. And then I decided to, in 2007, it was brought to my attention that maybe I should try my hand at comedy, people thought I was very funny, that I was very funny. And to give it a shot, and I was like, no, I'm a model. I'm sexy. Here you tell me, man. I'm a model. He was like, nah. He's like, you're pretty and everything. He was like, but I really think you should do comedy. And he gave me a chance to do it, and he gave me a proposition. If I was able to pass with flying colors with the proposition, that we would move forward. If I failed at it, I bombed it, then he'll leave me alone. And unbeknownst to me, I surpassed the expectations, so I found myself in comedy from that day forward. So I'm a single mom. I got 3 kids. I have a daughter that's 19, well, it's going to be 19 now, and then I have identical twin boys that are going to be 17 on Mother's Day. So,
oh wow!
Everybody in my house is taller than me. I don't know why and how. I have to wear high heels 24/7 just to make sure I get flaws.
Just make sure, okay, you get a proper.
Yeah, because I don't want them to think they can whoop me. Hold on now, just because you're a little taller than me don't mean I won't body slam nobody in here. Y'all are not children, so the child abuse laws don't run no more. Me or the police? Which one you trying to do? You want to meet me or meet Jesus?
Okay, which one? Okay.
I mean, because there's plenty of room. Either way.
Either way, it is plenty of room.
Either way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. just, trying to find the balance in between, taking care of my kids and still trying to be a good mom and attentive and things like that. And still also be determined and ambitious with my career and what it is I want to do with my goals for my life. Going to be an empty nester any day now.
Right. Coming soon.
To a theater near you.
So tell me, what is a typical day like for you from beginning to end?
Oh my God. I get up, my kids, getting them to school first thing in the morning, getting myself off to work. Working till about 5 mostly every day. By the way, I've also become a momager because my sons have now become rappers and they're starting to get a little name for themselves, a little buzz.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so we got to them. So I've been working with them. So when I get off of work, we do a lot of working with their music and building on trying to find our place in the YouTube family channel. Trying to build our own YouTube family thing so that people can see what we do on a daily. Because we're a funny little family now. It's just 4 of us, but we some pure clowns over here.
Clowns, yes, I believe it.
House full of clowns. I mean, the circus ain't got nothing on us.
I believe it.
With them, I try to, do a little bit of my comedy stuff on Instagram and Facebook a little bit, dibble and dabble with that a little bit. And also rebuilding my podcast that I have with The Push with Coco.
Okay.
Building on that as well. That comes back out in July. So we've had quite a few people begging me like, come on, Toya, y'all got this formula, y'all got this thing, so
wow.
We're working on that, but we're really trying to build it into a radio show. That's really what we're trying to do.
Okay, so
that's really what my typical day is, just really dealing with my children, getting my boys off to school. My daughter works with me at the firm, so it's just me and her at the firm, and then the twins are in school, and then coming home and working with them, as far as their music, and then checking out my stuff. And shit, close your eyes, you way back up, and it's the same
thing. Oh,
yeah. So
not only are you balancing kids and life, but you're pushing 2 goals of your own, and you're helping your kids, push one of their goals. So wow, that's a lot. That's a plate full.
Yeah, it really is. Cause this finding balance. I put my stuff on the back burner for a little bit because I feel like I have a little base of people that are going to support me no matter what. I got people that believe in me and things. I'm just trying to get my sons to be out there to do their thing. Get them in the habit of being vigilant in their own success. Making sure they're going after on their own. But showing them how and showing the way. And also in the process, I'm learning how to do this because, baby, I can't even manage a damn bank account, let alone broke, huh? Oh, baby, I'm
okay.
5
keeping you on the go.
Tummy tuck, breast, new nose. Boy, look here. I'm in a ton of talk.
You know what?
I'm getting leaks, boy. Boy, y'all have no idea.
I'm to be rich.
I'm rich, mama, but we the one rapping. I'm rich. Have you seen my stomach?
You so silly. They found.
Yo, I can't wear a 2-piece. I can eat a 2-piece, but I can't wear one.
Girl, you stupid. So look, I know parenting is definitely no easy task at hand.
No, sir.
So when did you realize that, me trying to balance his work, life, raising kids, when did that really sit in? Like, I'm really trying to figure this out. Like, can I really do this? Like, is this how we live in life now? Like, because, our parents don't understand the new struggle. Our parents don't have the same struggles that we have now. It's a whole new world.
Right. I don't even think it's just that it's a whole new world. the platform has been built bigger for us because we have people to pave the way for us to be able to do things that they weren't able to do. Whereas in my mom's era, it was just being a wife and a mom and just taking care of home. Whereas in my time, you got more single moms than you got moms that's got fathers in the home, you know, that got husbands.
Right.
So we're having to build our way, but the opportunities are out there and we're actually succeeding at it. Whereas back then, you know, most women had to wait till they were married to get a lot of the things that they want, or or have a house at 40. You know, that was the goals back then. Whereas now you can have a house at 20, 19. You know, if you push for it, save and you do the right thing, but with your credit, pay your bills. Something I don't do. But what I'm saying is, but if you take care of bills, you can have it. And it's so much. It's so much allotted to us now. So our struggles are definitely much different because of other entertainers, other investors, and other business builders that have paved the way for us to do those things. So our struggles are so much different because as women, we got different platforms where, you know, a lot of motherfuckers said they were homemakers. They were at home mostly. It was a school team.
Right.
They had more of the more sensible, not simple, but more sensible jobs. So they did what was so that they could be in the home. Whereas we don't have a choice because a lot of times we're left to be single moms. And a lot of that's our fault because I know, oh Lord Jesus. But oh help me, Lord, had I known. But
at least you can admit something, baby, because some people won't even admit it.
No, Lord Jesus, had I known, if you gave me 2 glimpses, I need a 30-second filler of the next man I date so I know what I'm doing myself. But so when we want to do bigger things, with a lot of the responsibility, so they don't understand. When I was winning beauty pageants, my mom didn't understand why I wanted to do it so much. And it wasn't that I had something to prove. I just wanted to do it for myself. It made me feel good. I felt like I could do it. I felt like I was doing something. So that's why I was doing what I was doing. My mama really just didn't understand it.
Didn't understand it. And that's very understandable because a lot, even a lot of my movements, you know, my mom don't understand. Even some of my close family members, they just don't get it. And I have to tell them, you know, sometimes this is really not about you also understand. This is something personal for me. Right. I have to take care of me because if I'm not happy, then nobody will be happy. You know, so I got to do this for me. Then later on, you may see or you may not see. Right. Either way, I got to do it for me. It's for me. I just need to love me, support me, and know that I'm going to be okay.
Right.
So I totally get that. Because, you know, opportunities in Atlanta, and just in life period. You know, you work one day, you know, you go out and do like yourself, beauty pageant, come to the club, you never know who may see you. You get a phone call, and you might need to be here by this weekend. Like, okay, I'm coming, but then like, whoa, wait a minute, now what we gonna do with these over here?
No, we ain't gonna worry about that, boy. They better no, baby, y'all not babies no more. Y'all gonna be together now. And I gotta secure this bag now.
Secure this bag.
Y'all gonna have to be some little homos and roll it out with me.
You so sick.
We gonna get to these coins, baby. I don't care nothing about none of that.
Okay. And look, and you know when boys, they always hungry, so you gotta have some food around.
I'm gonna need them to have some seeds. You don't tell me what to do. They think they my daddy half the time. You're not my daddy. Y'all is too little to be my daddy.
I believe it. Oh my goodness. Girl, you are silly. So tell me, what was one of your obstacles that you realized, like, you know what? I'm going to have to really think this through and plan this through. Trying to balance work life, you know. What was the obstacle? Was it an opportunity that came up, or was it? I mean, it could have been a job. Because, you know, sometimes you can get a better job that can afford you to do what you want to do, but then it kind of messes up other options. Like, I got the money now to work on my comedy, but the hours doesn't pan out, or they don't work well with the kids.
Yeah, jobs too were one thing. Because even before I was at the school system, I still was working a job that had basically they had downsized, and they forced us in positions where I was working from 7 to 3. Then all of a sudden I'm working overnight. They forced us in certain positions. We didn't have a choice to take it or
be without a job.
Right, be without a job. And I got 3 kids. I can't afford not to take nothing. So
right.
I had to take a job, which forced me to pretty much work overnight a lot. And then the support, just not having the support system from your family, and not believing in you, just thinking that you should just be a mom, just raise your children and just work. And I'm like, no, who does that?
Right. I see something bigger, better.
Like, I want something better than that, and I deserve better than that. Like, no, I watch people work all my life, and I don't see them getting them nowhere. So why can't I just do something I want to do, be who I want to be? You know what I'm saying? And so my mom struggled with a lot of that with me. And I don't know why, but she just did not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she just didn't see.
Just to see what you saw yourself.
Right.
And that's understandable because coming from a small town, that I come from Americans, a lot of things that I've done, people could never fathom. It was just like, that was just TV. Or that could never happen. So it's definitely understandable, especially something in that era. They were just happy to be able to get what they got. They could see themselves really getting what they got. So the fact that you are now, you going out there collecting it all, they was like, wait, hold up, is this real? Can you really do that? So yeah.
That ain't never my goal. Even if my daughter, my sons, I'm gonna tell them what I feel that they can do to make them better in what they're doing. Especially if I see them succeeding in it, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, let me tell you what you need to be doing. To do this, do that. Oh yeah, that'll be good. I'm never gonna discourage them. Now you don't need to do that. You need to just work at the steel mill and make cotton pot. All that.
Right. Okay.
No, I want bigger for them than that.
Bigger than that, right?
I don't want them to have to rob Peter and pay Paul all their life, but live from paycheck to paycheck all their life. But
that is not the business.
No, it really isn't.
So now, I would say I've been in Atlanta for 18 years. I think maybe the last 10 years, it seemed like the work-life balance all of a sudden became the topic of, now, how do you balance? How do you balance this? How do you balance that? Now, do you think now because white women have now had to get out here and join the workforce, that it's an issue of work-life balance? Because a lot of things that black moms have had to do, they've been doing. Black mom was in the field with a baby on the hill working. So is it now that because white women have had to get out here and join this workforce and really see what it's like to go to work, sit in traffic, prepare a meal, do homework, now we're worried about a life balance. But prior to, when we were doing the all along, it was never a case in point.
Well, I don't know about the white women, honey. They should have been their ass out there too now. Don't make me work, shit. But but I don't think it's about the white women. I just think in whole the country in whole entirety just started to realize that single parents need help. It's just about, it ain't just about one race. All of us gonna need some help because it ain't hard on just one race. It's hard on all the races.
All races.
Any single parent is hard on. You know what I'm saying? And I can only speak for my situation because I'm a black woman. I have black sons. I have a black daughter. I know it's a lot of difference in our communities, the things that our children have to address on a daily. Like the dope boys on the corner that's selling the drugs, the peer pressure. That's already a given, and that's peer pressure in every community. It might be the doing of the drugs in their community, but in ours, it might be the selling of the drugs and the drugs.
And the doing, right.
It's the promiscuousness and sex, and it's all kind of stuff already going. It's a lot going on, and so I think it's just the fact that they just realized the reason why they have made it such a thing to try to help single parents and them balance being parents and being able to do what they need to do, is because it's becoming, the numbers have increased. being a single parent home has increased.
Has increased.
Yeah, they have to do something, because at the end of the day, these kids got to be fed. We still got to go out here and make a way,
Yes.
You got to do something, whether you work, go back to school, build your own, become an entrepreneur, step out on faith and do what you got to do. And that's all that is to it. You can't wait for someone to come get it to you. You have to literally go get it and fight for it,
Yes. I definitely agree. So now I want you to share me some of your successes and some of your failures that occurred along this journey. What was one of your teachable moments? It's learn balance in work life. Teachable moments. Your successes, one of your successes, one of your failures, and one of your teachable moments. Sometimes that failure could be that teachable moment as well.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna start with my teachable moment.
Okay.
And it wasn't a teachable for me, it was teachable for others.
Okay.
So I did a pageant in 2012. No, I'm sorry, 2008.
Okay.
And I did so well. But when it came down to winning, I came in second place. Never have I. So people were kind of upset about it. The girl who came in first place and won over me was my friend. But we both had already said it's going to be between me and her.
Right.
Not that she was better than me. So, but the thing is she had been competing against me for years and never win. She never placed. She never wins. Just so happened this year, she won. And I won second place. So when we got up, we won but a 1 point difference.
Wow.
1 point difference.
Okay.
When we got up there to get on the stage, our trophy, and we held hands and we did like this together. The next day, I was laying in the bed. I had won, and my second place, and the director for the pageant and her assistant director had called me on the three-way, and they were like, "Let me say something to you." I've been doing pageants for 13, 14 years, and she said, "I have never, ever in my life seen what you done last night with Octavia. Have I ever seen another contestant do that for another contestant?"
Wow.
Because most contestants would be mad, oh, they didn't win. I said, let me say this to you. God has blessed me to win 3 before her.
Right.
And she's been competing against me all this time and never won.
Right.
I know my friend right now, she's in a place where she's going through a really bad divorce. She doesn't feel good about herself. Right now, she needs that more than I need that.
Right.
And I told them, I said, her winning meant a lot to her. And from that, I saw her whole self-esteem soar. Like, she went on to lose all the weight and everything. She looks good, and she does doing really good in her life. So I am so proud of her because it went on to help her down the line.
Down the line, right.
Yeah, it went on to help her. So then come to find out after we get to saying all that, and they were just so amazed at the fact that I was like that. And I told them, I said, I'm not. I believe that every day ain't going to be your day. I always believe life is like a gamble. Every day is not going to be your day. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days.
Bad days.
But this day wasn't a bad day. It was a great day because not only I still won, somebody didn't place behind me at all.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So the thing is come to find out, I did win the beauty pageant. What happened was the judge kept walking in and out. And they had to disqualify his ballot because how could you judge a pageant if you in and out?
Walking in and out.
But had they factored in his ballot, I would have won, and it would have been about a landslide. I took it off.
Gotcha.
So as far as I'm concerned, I'm still a winner.
Still a winner, right.
It didn't matter because the next year I went on, not the next year, like 4 years later, I went on and won again.
So the fact that you was...
For those around me that had competed before, that were in that pageant, that I saw have actually went to them doing exactly what the director said that they do. They saw that. You know what I'm saying? And it was a teachable moment for them and for others. You don't have, just because you didn't win, that don't mean you didn't win. Because if somebody sitting in that audience don't have the courage to do what you just stood
to do what you do.
Okay?
That is so true.
My failures have been my procrastination. Oops.
Now, girl, now you talk to the choir. Stop it.
Oops.
You're on my road now.
My failure has been my procrastination and being my own worst enemy. That has been my failure. I can't, because anything that I've ever done, it turns to gold. And I don't care what it is, from shows to whatever. I have not had a dull moment yet, or a really bad moment yet with it. But it's just when I procrastinate on it because I'm too old, I'm not funny enough. Because remember when I started doing comedy, I just turned 30. I'm 42 now.
Right.
So that's been my biggest failure for me.
Biggest failure for you.
Fighting against myself, my inner self, and knowing that you got it. You still look good. You're still young. You can still do it. But it's just fighting against it. Can I really do this and not be afraid?
Right. Be afraid of your own success. And I mean, because you rock the house. You rock the house. I've been to a couple of, even I hired you for my when I used to do casting. A lot of people used to know I worked in entertainment, and I hired her to actually be the comedian to keep the audience, keep the actors entertained, because it was a very long casting process. Oh my God, when there's stories that I got told, I mean, it was amazing. So yeah, you have always shut it down, no matter what. You have always shut it down.
Man, I did a show in December, and let me tell you something, the whole club was laughing so hard. But I came out, that was my first time on stage in a year. I got something different came out of me. I was beasting, and I couldn't stop it. I was just like, I don't care, I'm going to say what I want to say, and if you don't like me, you can leave now. Like that. Like, I just went all the way left. And the whole time they had tears coming out their eyes, they were cracking up.
And loving it.
Wrong, because I started talking about this damn menopause. Look, say you go get to bed with me in the middle of the night. Please, that to be careful. I mean, Kool-Aid with extra ice. Really? Somebody has told me that me and Satan were going to be shacking up at 3 a.m. every night. I wake up and I'm wet like Michael Phillips. I'm sick of it. I can't. I'm dying over here.
Michael Phillips.
Sick of it. This is not Dance Flash. What a feeling. We're not pulling a string and water. What in the hell is going on in my bed? I promise you. I be sick of it. Seriously.
Oh. They say that thing so serious now. They say it's something serious.
Man. Is it? It'll make you cuss your eye.
You silly. Oh my goodness. So even through some of your failures, you still winning because, I feel you, procrastination. And you know what I've learned with procrastination? I used to be afraid of my own success.
Yes.
And it was just like, what if this really, and it wasn't like I was intentionally afraid of my own success. It was the unknowing. Like sometimes I could be laying down and my mind cheering me. So I could be like, oh, that could really happen. Like, whoa.
Right.
Whoa. So that always sound limit. You gotta get afraid of that matter. But procrastination, yes. Oh my goodness. So what was one of your successes? Give me the success side. I mean, you got several, I'm sure, but what's the one that just blew you across the
success is just when you beat people that know you and and you got celebrities coming to you asking you how you do it, and it's so crazy.
Oh, wow.
My inbox is stuff like that. Like, how do you do it? I be wanting to do comedy. What do you be thinking? You know, like a lot of people know but don't know. Me and Young Jock are first cousins, so we are cousin brothers and sisters. So he comes to me when he first started doing the comedy. Toya, what do you do? I said, if you call me about this foolishness one more time, you are naturally family is made like this, so you don't have to do that. I think you're successful when you know that it's other people that are willing to be behind you, don't even know you, but be like, I'll stand in the gap for you, because I believe. That's when you're successful, when you know it's. I have been in Dollar Tree or at a function, and somebody literally will walk up to me and say, I was just looking at your video the other day, and it literally blowed me to almost scared me. Like, I got in my car, and I sat there for a minute. I couldn't believe it. And I cried. I cried. That somebody saw my videos. Somebody really think I'm really funny. This guy literally off work, and he was like, "Oh my God, I know who you are. I know who you are. You Toya, your favorite comedian." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I was just looking at your video like yesterday. Oh God, no cap." I was like,
"Wow!"
What? And he was able to spew the video he had saw, and I was just like, my eyes all tearing up. I was like, "Oh God, I'm about to hit the Mega Millions, Lord help me." Oh, God, I'm about to get this tubby tuck.
Wow. That new package on the way, baby. That new package on the way.
Hell, man. I'm going to be on TLC. They're going to talk about me, Lord. They're going to talk about me.
Oh, my goodness.
Success is knowing that you know you've done something and you made an impact in some kind of way.
In some kind of way.
That somebody saw it. You trying, and it's like, success is all in what you make success. The success is when I know I see myself actually doing it. So I think the success is when you've gotten yourself out there and you have the opportunity to do something you want to do, whether it goes well or not, whether you're able to be big successful in it or not. The fact that when I'm 80, 90 years old, I can sit back and say, I did try, I did it, because there's so many people that their life just passed them by, and by the time they get to their age, they can't really say they tried to do anything. So I think the success is for each individual, what their success has to be for them. And I think for me is knowing that at least I can say, even if I'm not successful in it, I tried. I did it. Yeah.
So now let's go down a little dark road.
Dark road?
Yeah, a little dark road. Tell me, when was the first time you got booed?
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That ain't never happened. So
that never ever happened.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I step out there, I just turn on and everything goes well. Like when I get off, people like, oh my God, that's what I'm saying. Every time I get out there to step out there to do whatever it is, it's successful, and that is why I think the biggest challenge inside of me is not understanding. If you see that that's not happening, what are you scared of? I think it's the scared of it may happen, but I doubt it. I just seriously doubt it. It's just every time I step out there, I get a very good response every time.
Oh wow, you've never been booed. Oh wow.
I ain't in jail. I mean, the first time I get booed, I'm going to jail. You're gonna see me on the news. Y'all gonna laugh. Y'all gonna laugh at these dear jokes now. Or get killed. Which one you gonna do? Laugh. I'm gonna pull out my gun and point at the front row. Laugh. I said laugh. This is funny.
Okay, so you never had that moment.
Not yet. It ain't came yet. It will, but hopefully God will never let me have the experience. I experienced enough rejection. Damn, I can't get married. I mean, come on now. God, let me be successful everywhere else, and you're not gonna give me no husband. Nah, don't do me like this. Yeah, I mean,
all right, so that's usually a dark past for some of the comedians, but wow, so you say you haven't had that experience yet, okay? Wow.
Not yet.
So now, the first time you took stage, what was going through your head? What was the thoughts?
Now, just depending on what stage you're talking about. The stage at the strip club, or you talking about the stage at the comedy place? Oh, no. Nah, man, if you want to know about the stage with the book club, what was going through my mind then was let's get these dollars. But but if you talk about the comedy stage, I was like, please don't forget the damn joke, dummy. You know, I was just whooping my own self like, girl, what's the next joke? What's the next joke? What's the next joke? That's all that was really going through my mind is just staying funny, hit the point, hit it, and don't go too long. That's it. That's all.
Okay, so you're talking about, make sure you remember this, don't go too long. Make sure you hit the point. Yeah, time is everything. I can agree. Time is everything.
Timing is everything. And don't drink before you go up there. Don't drink before you go up there.
Okay, don't drink.
Because I was shout out for that. I was real shout out. I got up there and drank, and nobody knew. I knew I had to have two Tom Collins, and I couldn't remember my next joke. But they didn't know because it was just rolling out because I was used to doing it. It was just rolling out, but my head was like, what's the next joke? My mouth was like, blah, 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 blah. It was just coming out. And the people were laughing. I said, God, get me off this stage. I promise I never do that again. I never done that no more. I know I got to perform. I can't be geeked up. I don't understand how you can do powder and go up there and do them jokes. I didn't be thrown off now. I can't do drugs and then go on stage. I cannot train. No. You can't. I can't mentally be focused like that.
Gotcha. So it's a real all-in focus game when you get up there, you know.
Yeah.
And
you can be up there geek, then you Whitney and Bobby if you want to go up there like that because you got music behind you. So if you got a hook and a good beat, it don't matter. Nobody ain't gonna tell you geek. Come on, hey! They don't know. They think you just with the music, hey! But with a comedian, ain't no music up there, boy. You better hit them jokes, and you cannot be standing up there throwed off.
You gotta know if it turn left, you gotta go left with it.
Right, shit. Bobby and Whitney can stand up there. They be geeked out they damn mind just performing. But you don't know she geeked. You think that's just her. You thinking you getting a good show.
Oh, man. You are that case. You are a true that case.
But have you ever seen Bobby Brown perform? I have. And let me tell you something. He gave what the best show ever. Oh, that Michael Jackson little brother. I'm doing good. Bobby was on the cutting up. That boy sung your hard out, geeked up. Damn.
So look now. Now I want to go back up to something that you shared with us. You know, one of the reasons what kind of stopped you in your tracks a bit about pushing forward with comedy is because, you know, the age, you know, our own self-security. So when it comes to the age, what is it that you feel that, like, hey, that secret thought on the inside is saying, am I too old for this? You know?
It ain't even something I feel like, am I too old? It's just more so, am I still marketable? Am I still marketable? Because although don't look 42, I want to make sure, that's the thing. I just don't want to look like I'm 42, but I'm 42. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so your biggest concern
making
is
sure I'm still marketable.
Gotcha. So your biggest concern is more as when it comes to age, is making sure you stick with marketable. Because people look at you like, well, she's 42, but she don't look it. Can she still draw a certain crowd? Can she entertain a certain crowd? I got you now. Okay, so I mean that is important because when you go to sign contracts, that is one of the things they want to know. Are you marketable? How can we make money?
Because they invested their money in you. If you got a whole bunch of Louis Vuitton luggage under your eyes, and you talking about you 42 and you look 62. That shit that's not marketable. You can waste them whole money.
Oh my goodness. That is something to really think about. Yeah, I mean, I can see how that can be a freshman. I mean, in my opinion, you carry well. I mean,
yes, darling. That's why all the little young boys still running behind all this old bird. They still running behind the old bird. I be like, I'm old enough to be y'all auntie. They be like, well, whoop me then, auntie. I be like, I ain't got no coloring books and no juicy juice for y'all. Go on now. I'm out of fruit snacks now. Go on, little boy. Go on. Get your little Thomas the Train book bag and go on now.
not Thomas the Train Bootleg.
Go on, little boy. I ain't got no lunch money for you now. I ain't got no ice cream money, none of that. Nah.
Oh, no.
I'm sick of them.
I'm going to be hoarse and sick by the time this gets through. I'm fooling with you. All right, so tell me, in your years of doing comedian, would you say you're a comic? Or would you say you're an actual comedian? Which one do you want to see?
Right now, I'm a comedian.
Okay.
I'm a comedian because that's what I do. It's comedy, you know. I think you become a comic when you're doing movies and you're only funny doing movies, but you can't really do a stand-up show.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there I see, they play in funny movies, but really they can't. They're not really comics. Like, for instance, a lot of people think, like, Tisha Campbell, she can do a comic sitcom, but she's not really a comedian. So, you get what I'm saying? She could do a comedy sitcom, but she's really not a comedian. And I have seen under her name a few times that she was a comic. And I was like, no, she's not. She's an actress and a singer. She's not a comic. A comedian is someone that actually can get on the stage and actually do an actual stand-up show, you know, and tell jokes. And I think when you become a comic and you comedian and you become big, like you get on Kevin Hart's status, eventually you become both, because you're not only you're a comic, but you can also do the movies, but you're actually funny because that's what you do anyway, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can actually be in both worlds, you know.
You can.
Stand up if need be, or if I need to do a film and drop it in the moment of a scene.
Right, or you know, yeah. I think the biggest thing I want to do is improv comedy. I think because I love that, because I'm fast on my feet when it comes to thinking. As far as comedy wise, as far as being funny, I know how to just at the drop of a hat drop it. Jock do not fool with me on it. He'll tell everybody in a minute, do not fool with her. He said, I can't even get her. And everybody know Jock funny, but Jock ain't fooling with his cousin, though. He's not fooling with me.
Yeah, because you be on that level. Sometimes you just have me roll. I have to just sit before my arms. Like, you know what? Like, you know, I ain't got time for Troy. I got time for you.
Not today.
Yes.
You sound like all my friends. They say that. I'm not fooling with you today. Get off my phone. My friend say she said I'm ignorant every day. You're ignorant. You're just ignorant. I'm a good ignorant.
Oh my goodness. So look, Toya, being a mom, being a comedian, you bring entertainment and life and joy to everybody you meet. What brings you joy? What makes LaToya happy? What makes her smile?
These days, hell, I don't know, but but I think for the most part, what makes me happy is to know that when my children are happy, you know what I'm saying, that I'm happy. I can really focus when I know that we are good. When they good, I'm good. Life is good. Everything is where it needs to be. Then I'm happy, you know. Yeah, I'm very much happy. That's when I'm most focused. And I think that's part of the reason why I haven't been pushing and been so procrastinating with the situation of me getting back out there, is because we have been going through some things, you know, financially, some setbacks here and there. It's just been some real setbacks, majorly. And I think for me, a lot of people like make your pain make your pain your funny. And I was like, ain't shit funny about me damn being homeless, girl. What is wrong with you? I don't want to laugh at that. In that moment, it's not funny. And right now, I cannot be funny in it. And it's like, no, I'm not feeling that. Not at all. Not understand. I can make my pain my funny when I'm past that.
When you pass
not
that.
While I'm in it. I'm in it. Right. When I'm in it, I can't make it funny. It's when I'm past it is when you can make it funny.
You make it funny.
I'm not finna be, no, my mind is not going to be on, I don't want to be funny. And some days I be like, you know what, I want to say this and I want to do, and then by the end of the day, I got to think about this, that, and the third, and my mind be like, no ma'am, not today.
Not today.
Not today.
That's true. It is hard to say when you got a lot of personal things coming at you hard. Like, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Now, let me ask you this. Now, I know you're working on some things. And if you don't mind sharing, what is one of the game plans you have set in place to help you move forward? Because I know you're working on a lot of great things. And, of course, to be honest, I feel I have to ask this question, even though we adjusting in the new normal. So, I mean, we playing this today, but who knows? 2 months later, what'll be, because every day is a different story. How
Right.
we quarantine in, what's going to happen, what's going to do, it's just a different story. But in my mind, this is one of some of the thoughts that you're like, okay, you know what? During this time of quietness, what can I do to, like, be ready to come out when this is over? Or this is going to be the new normal. If this is going to be the new normal, how am I going to function
Right.
in the new norm to make sure I grow? Because, baby, laughter, a lot of people going to need that. Because there's a lot of people going through some pain, just from health-wise, sick-wise, relationship-wise. A lot of couples going to find out they're no longer a good match together.
Baby, a lot of couples are right now fighting. Somebody getting their ass whooped right now.
Right, exactly.
I promise you.
They are getting a beat down.
A lot of parents today just found out it ain't the teacher today.
Right, it ain't the teacher. My kids.
It ain't the teacher. Little foo-foo can't read for real.
Right, okay.
All right.
So what is one of your game plans you have set in place? Because, now it's time. Everybody is talking about, well, with this. But the thing is, we don't know when it's this. So what are you going to do in the meantime? And I believe in planning. It may get destroyed or may get worse. But at least have somewhere of directing your path that way. Hey, I come out on top.
Right. Right now, I'm really just focusing on my podcast right now. It's just making sure by July that we're up and running. That's what we're working on right now. That's number one. Number two, I'm working on putting these boys back in the studio, getting them set up with some photographers and all kind of stuff. Get them 2 or 3 videos shot real quick, so we can go ahead on and push them. That's my game plan once we come out of this situation with all of this. I'm in the process of trying to move as well. So I had a place, and then everything happened, and they had put me on hold to move. So I don't know where I'm standing as far as so now I've been staying in this hotel all the way out here in Cobb County. God, Lord help me. Every day and every week to stay because I was put on hold to move. So now I'm just like, for the last month, I've been just on hold. So
on hold, right?
Yeah, and I'm ready to move and get settled and get everything back together because get everything together so that we can move forward on these plans. Because if I'm paying all this money to stay in here, it's costing me too much to move. It's costing me too much to move. It's going to cost me too much to get moved if I'm staying in here. So I'm trying to, get things back settled as far as that goes. But far as our careers go, those are the first things I have in place to see to getting them back in the gym. The studio, and getting them, with a photographer and getting their videos shot. Work on their wardrobe, then work on my podcast, getting a studio to do it in. That was the thing we working at. That's why I was in the process of moving, so we could turn my dining room into a studio. And that's where we would shoot our show from. That way we didn't have to worry about trying to pay nobody to go do all of this. And we got our own mics and we got our own lights and stuff. So we already pretty much set up. We were just going to get a new backdrop. I was going to just go get us a really beautiful sequence backdrop, put it up real pretty, and, turn it into our own studio so we didn't have to come out the pocket, for doing all this extra stuff. And then once we get on our feet, somebody take notice. Well, we have got quite a few people have taken quite a few notices in us. But I think once we go back out there and they really see that a lot of the format has changed, I think that's when we're really going to take flight. Because, I think what we bring to the table together is a good thing.
Okay. I'm excited to see. I'm excited. I'm ready to see the new changes. Hey, I say go for it. Everybody I talk to. It's just about how we can move forward and make some money together. You know,
Yeah.
bills still gotta get paid. People still gotta eat.
Yeah.
Goals still gotta get reached. So,
That's right.
It's just a matter of reverting time and making those things happen. So
Right.
I'm definitely all for it. Toya, it has been an honor.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
You
Same
have
to
made
you.
me laugh.
I'm sorry about that.
Today.
I'm trying.
You have made me laugh. I needed that. I needed that laugh. Oh my goodness. I needed that laugh. I didn't know how bad I needed it. But I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think I heard somebody in the background laughing too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my mama, honey. You know, she loved listening to me record my show. You know,
she do.
I got a fan in the background. Yes, I ain't even know.
Hey, mama.
Like that. But she can't hear you. I thought I'd bring her out to see. She said, "That's the Toya I know."
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, that's the Toya you know."
Hey, mama.
So I thought I would bring her after we finish recording so she can see you.
Yeah.
It has been a minute.
It has.
Oh my goodness, but thank you again. I'm loving the success.
Thank
you
you
for your openness. Thank you for your honesty.
Thanks
for showing the people love. Because we're in a time where people need to know that, hey, I'm not the only one struggling. I'm not the only one out here trying to make it. Maybe I had to fall 10 times when I got to
10 more times.
Right. And I kept pushing. I kept making a way. And I'm going to keep going.
Yep.
So
life gonna give you plenty of setbacks. Sometimes them setbacks be setups for comebacks, and it's just all about how you choose to perceive it. If you can see the light at the beginning of a situation, it ain't gonna take you no time. You'll be able to dance straight through that thing. It just looks like that in the beginning, but it don't stay like that. In 2 or 3 months, you'll be laughing at it, you know.
Yes.
And I think that's what's gotten me through a lot of the pain and the issues that I've gone through with becoming successful, juggling motherhood, juggling my own personal issues like menopause.
Ooh, I've heard the story. Menopause.
It's just knowing that one day it's all gonna be just fine.
But right now,
Satan showing up about to be Satan to start slap boxing at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because what I'm not gonna do is be musty every morning I wake up. Because Satan wanna lay in the bed next to me on fire. I'm sick of it. It's getting ridiculous.
And you sweat out all your clothes like no.
Man, whole bed feel like a Olympic pool when I get up. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
I've been saw them flashes when they flash up. I'm hot next anyway, so I can only imagine. You know,
right.
They be hot, so if they hit like that, and you sweat like, wait, back.
Boy, look here, that shit wake up, you be cussing when you wake up and everything. God, shit, hey, it's like a bad dream. You wake up discombobulated, cussing, while and not knocking the person in the bed. Hey, get up, hey, slide over, get on the floor, cut that fan on, open the window. Lord, when you start, that's too much.
That's too much, yeah.
I'm gonna make it through it though.
You're gonna make it through. You are going to make it through it. I want to thank everybody for watching today's show. Today we have had LaToya Robinson on. She's given us one of her testimonies and how she is balancing truly life and relationships. When I say relationships, I'm talking about kids, family, career, because all of them are relationships. All of them. They take a lot of time, and they take a lot of relationships to build. So I have categorized them as a relationship. How you balance it. Everybody have their way. They have their method. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing what success means to you.
That's right.
Because, success for you is different from somebody else. And know that you understand what it means. And know that what you're doing, how it has affected someone else's life. And you're so humble. The humbleness with it. People love to get the big head, but you've been humble since I met you. Since day one, you've just been humble, and I appreciate it.
Hey.
A lot of people, they get that big head, and faster you go up,
and faster you gonna come down. I mean, for me, I can't get the big head. I already got the big nose. I don't need the big head and the big nose. That's quite ridiculous.
I feel because I got a big head over here, and they don't get me
right.
on.
And I got
Hey,
big feet
man.
too. No, baby, I can't. I don't need everything big. I got a big butt, big hips, hey, all that. Sick of it.
Listen, I got to be in proportion somewhere.
Come on now. Come on now. That is just ridiculous.
Yes. Well, this has been Life with Brandon. And always remember, you got to live, love, and laugh. And today, I have lived, loved, and laughed.
Exactly.
All the way through this show.
All the way.
Today's show was nothing else better than live, love, and laugh.
That's right.
Just that one, live, love, and laugh.
That's right.
I said next time, LaToya, I just have to respond when the podcast get off, and I'm always, you need me to come be an interview. I would love to.
Sure will. We'll be inviting you real soon.
I would love to. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
you for the viewing audience. Leave your comments, questions in the post below. Life with Brandon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.